Hello, this is Andrew with MyMillion.bike. Every now and again, somebody asks me how I do the full 4K race videos. And so this video, I'm going to walk through the way that I do that, the products that I use. I will put links to all of the different products that make this possible in the description. You don't need to use the ones that I use. They're just there as an example for how to get it done. Obviously, you will need a GoPro or something like a GoPro and a way to mount it on your bike. I use these out front mounts that have a standard GoPro 2-ear thing connector, and I just kind of slot it in there. And when I'm not using the GoPro, I just have a headlamp mount there because I usually ride with a headlamp. The next thing that you'll need is one of these guys. This is an external pass-through door for the GoPro. You just take off the door that comes with it and you put this one on. And what this does is it allows you to pass a power source into the GoPro while you're using it and keep it kind of like water element tight. The next thing you'll need is some kind of USB Type-C cord or cable. I use this one. There are a couple reasons why I use this one. The first is that it's an L shape so that it fits in here very nicely. And so it's not sticking out like a normal one would be to get caught on stuff. The second reason I use this is that it has this nice little water seal around it. And that goes into the USB pass-through thing and creates a better seal in there than a normal cable would. I got this with a mountain bike light that I purchased for my fat bike. I think it's about $5. You can buy these a la carte if you want to. But again, really any USB Type-C cable will work in this application. The next thing that you'll need is a battery, some kind of battery. I use two different ones. This one is 10,000 milliamp hours and this one's 20,000 milliamp hours. This one is good for 7 or 8 hours. Obviously, it will depend somewhat on what model of GoPro that you have and what resolution and frame rate that you're recording at. This is the one I use most of the time. You could go smaller than this if you want to, if you're only recording smaller races, but I didn't really see that as something I needed to optimize, so I just got this smaller one for most of what I do. And then with the really long ones, like generally over 100 miles, this is the guy I use. And you can use any USB battery pack, but there are some considerations to keep in mind. It must provide at least the amount of power that your GoPro requires to stay on and charge and use it and see it as an external power supply. Some of the ones I tried earlier did not do that, and I don't have a great number for what it needs to do, but I have found that the battery packs that support Quick Charge 3.0 on the ports, those work, and the ones that don't work. So when I needed to buy this one, I just went ahead and bought a Quick Charge 3.0 compatible battery bank, and it worked just fine. Tying all of this together is the top tube bag. This is an Apidura top tube bag. It doesn't have to be a top tube bag. You could probably do this with a frame bag as well. And basically, you put the battery in here. And once it's in there, it just stays there. Some people have suggested or asked me why I don't mount it on the bike somewhere. I'm not confident that it'll stay on the bike in challenging conditions, whether that's bumping up and down or whether or not it would be weather resistant, because a lot of times these races happen in pretty nasty weather. And basically you just kind of plug into the USB cord and then route the USB cord out of the bag and to the GoPro. This bag has a little pass-through over here. So the cable just kind of goes down in here and then out the front. This keeps water from getting into everything. And then I just kind of route this underneath the stem and into the GoPro. And the final bit is that I use a little bit of electrical tape. just to secure it to the underside of the stem. Just kind of wrap it around like that so that this isn't going to get grabbed by anything, it's not going to get pulled by anything, and it just stays where I want it to be. That's pretty much all there is to it. If you have any questions or comments or I missed something, please drop that below and I will get to it as soon as I can. Thanks.